Up, I know it's kind of some interesting weather out there. When I left North Dakota, there was 2 feet of snow, and I was glad when I woke up this morning and there wasn't any snow on the ground. It's good to get away from that a little bit. But I'm the head women's basketball coach at Dickinson State University. This can be very informal. Feel free to ask questions at any point. I'll just show you what we do with our program, what we try to teach. If you come and watch our team right now, some of the things that we try to teach, they don't necessarily do, and that's just kind of where we're at. It was my first year at Dickinson State University, so we're still trying to build a culture and trying to get our program to where we want to be. This last year we were 8-20, so we had a fairly bad record, but we feel like we're going to be pretty good next year. We're building for the future, and a lot of the things that I do with the team I've picked up from Coach Don Meyer. Don Meyer was a men's coach over in the States. He coached at Lipscomb University, and most recently he's coaches at Northern State University, and now he's retired. So most of the stuff I do I've copied from somewhere else, either copied it from Phil or Terry or the coaches that I've come across in my last 9 or 10 years in the States. So a couple of things that we do, we're really big on echo yells. So with the players today, we're going to get them echo yelling. So whenever a coach yells out an instruction or a teaching point, all of the players are going to echo yell that. And we do that for a couple of reasons. The first reason is when we get to a game and we call an offense out, we want the whole team to echo yell at the people on the court and the people on the bench. It's just a way that we communicate so that there's never miscommunication. So we use echo yells a lot. The other thing that we do with our players, and we won't make the players do it today, but our players, whenever they're listening to a coach or waiting in line, they've always got their hands up. So we have a couple of the coaches, we're fortunate where we have a couple of assistant coaches, they're always carrying around a basketball, and if a player's got their hands down, we'll just lightly throw them the ball just to remind them that they need their hands up. The reason why we do that is we just want to emphasize to our players always be ready to catch the basketball. So we always have our players that have their hands up. Big thing for us is playing to the whistle. So in practice, a drill or a game that we're playing, it doesn't end until a coach blows the whistle. And it's just like a game. You've got to keep playing a game until the whistle goes. And it really helps our transition. We might be doing 3-on-3 down this end in the half court, but because the players have to play to the whistle, they're getting a defensive rebound, they're outletting it. The offensive team is now transitioning to defense. So they got to keep playing until the coach blows the whistle. So if we're doing a half-court drill, we may not blow the whistle until the outlet happens, and then we blow the whistle. We feel like that's practice, getting mental reps with our players, of going from offense to defense and defense to offense without actually going up and down. So playing to the whistle is a big emphasis for us. And then the fourth thing that we really try to do in every drill is do a 3-step transition. So we might just have guards working on their perimeter skills, or we might have guards working on their interior skills, posting up, they go into their hook shot. Now after they make that shot, now they're going to sprint back 3 steps and then turn and point to the ball and yell ball. So every drill we do, we try to get that 3-step transition just so that we're practicing transition even in our half-court drills, and our players are working on the mental side of the game, going from offense to defense and defense to offense. So things that you can incorporate into every drill to work on those things. Players, are ready to rock and roll? Well, let's have the players let's just put 3 lines on the baseline down here. 3 even lines. If you have a basketball, great. If you don't have a basketball, then that's fine as well. Let's just put 3 even lines on the baseline down here. We're just going to show some about footwork that we do. It's nothing magical. I wouldn't say to just copy the footwork that we use, but maybe you see something that you like and that you can use with your team. Just kind of a foundation on that. I'm working with 18 to 22-year-olds, so they're at this specialization point. I mean, they're at the point where now that they know they want to play basketball, that's their one sport. So we really specialize a lot. I wouldn't, if I was coaching a team with 16, 15, 14-year-olds, I probably wouldn't use this footwork. but we use this footwork just because we think it gives our players the best chance to be successful at our level and then going on and hopefully play professional after college basketball. So let's just, in your minds, let's just walk it out. So let's get the front person to the half-court line, and then let's just get the middle person kind of midway, just so we've got some room to work with. That's good. All right, first thing we're going to do is when I blow the whistle, this is going to seem a little elementary-ish, but the reality is we do this stuff every day in practice. College level players, you go watch pro teams, they're going to be doing the same stuff. So when I blow the whistle, you're going to yell out rim post action, and basically you're going to get in the triple threat. Whenever we get in the triple threat, we do it with a jump stop. We call it a quick stop. We use the terminology quick stop because I think that's a little bit better than jump. Jump stop's kind of, you tell a kid to jump stop, they're going to think they're jumping over a hurdle. Whereas a quick stop is just a little quick two-footed stop where they barely leave the ground, but they land on both feet. So when I blow my whistle, we're going to yell out rim post action, and you're going to do a quick stop. We say rim post action. Every time we catch the ball, we want to look at the rim, and then after we look at the rim, we want to look at the post area. So just anything in the lane, we want to look at the player in the post area. And then the third thing we want to look at is the action on the weak side of the floor. So if I have the ball here, I look at the rim, I look at the post, and then I'm looking at the action on the weak side. So it's triple threat. We have our players yell rim post action, so they go through that scanning process of looking at the rim post action. So players, you good? So on the whistle, we're going to yell out rim post action as loud as you can. Quick stop, and be in triple threat position. Rim post action. Good, man. All right, a little bit louder this time. So echo yells. We're going to work on echo yells here. So that's when we play the championship game. Got 2,000 screaming fans in the gym. We can all hear each other. Alright, good. So now we're just working on triple threat, just basic triple threat, that's all it is. Next thing is pivoting. We have permanent pivot foot. So we always, right-handers always use the left foot as their pivot foot. Left-handers always use their right foot as their pivot foot. So we're going to do front turns and we're going to do rear turns. So rear turn is a reverse pivot. Front turn is a forward pivot. Alright, so I'm going to either say front turn or rear turn, and you're going to do that turn on the pivot, on the left. Are we all right-handers here? Got one lefty, so Shay, you'll use your right foot as your pivot foot. And what do we say on the whistle? Good. Alright, stand up, loud. Well, I don't want to have to get to push-ups and suicide, all those good things. Front turn, rear turn, front turn. Yeah, just on that, just go 180 degrees and hold it, and then when I say the next turn, then do it after that. What are we working on when a coach has a coaching point? Heads up, yeah. What's one of the emphasis that we want to do as a team in our system of communication? Echo, yeah, alright, what's your name? Nat? Good job. Alright, we've got somebody that listens, so we've got to go middle, we've got to give it to Nick at the end. So echo, yeah. So when a coach says front turn, what do we all say? When coach says rear turn, what do we all say? So we can kind of have fun with it. It gets better when everybody does it. Front turn. Front turn. Rear turn. Rear turn. Front turn. Front turn. Rear turn. Rear turn. Good, very good. We're starting to talk a little bit. We're going to warm up this gym eventually. Right, next thing is our driving footwork. So we're just kind of breaking it down and we're building it up. So direct drive. We want everything in a straight line. So what's your name? Jaden. So when Jaden drives at me, we want to always attack the high foot. So we teach our players to attack the high foot. We don't want to look down at the defensive player's feet because now we're not going to see the rim. So we tell our offensive players to look at their hands. So if their hand's forward, that's because the defensive player's high foot's forward. So you're going to attack the high foot. So you're going to do a direct drive here because your left foot's going to be your pivot foot. You're going to step with your right foot as long and far as you can. You're basically going to do a lunge. You're going to, and then try to sit down even further. There you go. And his job, what he's trying to do is get his shoulder on my hip. If his shoulder gets on my hip, I have to then open up and then I'm beaten as a defensive player. So we're going to work on direct drives. He's just going to be in that rim post action position. Direct drive, and we're going to yell out, direct drive, long step. Direct drive, long step. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Let's all say that together. Echo yell this. Direct drive, long step.
Direct drive, long step.
All right, good. We might not go and win the NBA championship, but well, at least we've got some good vocal skills. So we're going to yell out direct drive, long step, and we're going to make that as long as possible and as low as possible. And imagine that defender's right in front of you, and you getting your shoulder on that head. All right, so we're good. Front turn.
Front turn.
Rear turn.
Rear turn.
Direct drive, long step. Very good. Stand up. Stand up. Good. Now, coaches, as you look at this, you can see a lot of these steps were out to the side. So if that step, you make the step out to the side. If we drive, we step to the side. As a defensive player, I could defensive push step and stay in front of him. Whereas if that step's right at the defensive player's high foot, that shoulder, get your shoulder to my head. That shoulder gets to that hip, that's when I got to open up and we put the defensive player in trouble. So this time when we do the direct drive, let's work on driving straight at the rim and let's work on making the step longer. The longer the step is, the more our shoulder is going to get on the defensive player's hip and we're going to put the defensive player in jail. Direct drive, long step. Right, very good. Right, stand up. Next one is crossover drive, long step. So now the high foot's the other one. So this high hands up, crossover step. Boom, we still want the step right at the rim. Good. Right at the rim, shoulder to hip, we're ready to go. Front turn.
Front turn.
Rear turn.
Rear turn.
Crossover drive, long step. Very good. Let's take our lines back to the baseline. Now we'll just do the same thing, we'll just do it on the move. When we do stuff on the move, we want the people in line to mimic it, because we feel like they can get some reps as well. So when I blow the whistle, everyone is going to be yelling out rim post action. So let's have the front person in each line just come about 3 feet away from the baseline. Who wants to be the front person? There you go. And then everybody else in line, spread out a little bit from the wall, so you've got room to work with. So when I blow the whistle, everyone's going to go rim post action. When I say rear turn or front turn, everybody in line is going to do that on the spot. When I yell out direct drive, long step, the front people are going to do it, and they're going to do it on the move, and then they're going to dribble. So they're going to dribble to the foul line, and then you're going to quick stop here, and then you're going to listen to the next instructions. While that's going on, the people back here are going to do it stationary. So you got to be here. When I say direct drive, long step, you're just going to do it stationary, step out, without actually driving to the foul line. When the front group gets to the foul line, and they do their second direct drive, long step, and they start dribbling to the half-court line, the second person in line is going to do it on the move towards the foul line. Did I make myself clear? Yeah. Any questions? Right, I've got it. Front turn. Front turn. Rear turn. Rear turn. Direct drive, long step. Good. What do we say after the quick stop? Rim post action. Very good. Rim post action. Right, so just rim post action position. Rear turn. Front turn. Front turn. Shake, make pieces. Direct drive, long step. To the half court. Teaching point. Teaching point. Give instructions that cannot be misunderstood. So I never explained what happened, what was going to happen from the foul line to the half court line. I just assumed that the players would figure that out. And that was a bad assumption. So my fault, players. I made a mistake. There's bad communication on my behalf. We'll fix it and we'll move on from here. Rear turn. Front turn. Direct drive, long step. Rear turn. Rear turn. Front turn. just get low. You know, we're standing up quite high at the moment, so just getting the players to drive the hips down. The other thing is on this drive is imagining that there's a defender here. It probably would be really great is if in practice, if you had chairs or something like that, or managers that you could put out here so that they're actually driving against the chair, and now they're working on getting their shoulder to the hip, they're getting low and low, their eyes are up, the eyes are at the net, those different things. Are there any questions so far on this? Yeah.
I'm just wondering why you coach permanent pivot foot?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. I think, and that's a preference really. Just when I watch like the international players, they have permanent pivot foot. Like you watch the NBA players, they've all got permanent pivot. Watch the best players internationally, and I think that's not really a good reason. But the reason why they use it is because they can have more efficient offensive moves. I think the first thing is just with shooting, being able to jab and then come back to that position. I think it's a lot easier for a right-hander than jabbing with the left foot and coming right back, because the left foot has to come further back. And then I think the other reason is just like shooting. You just work on shooting with one hand, and footwork, I think, to develop most efficiently, if you just use one permanent pivot foot, your offensive footwork with that foot will get to a far higher level than if you use both feet as a pivot foot. Within that though, in our system, we teach both pivot feet, because if you get a rebound, you gotta turn and you gotta pivot on either foot. You gotta rebound and turn and pivot to the outside, because you don't want to turn to the inside. In the post, you gotta use both pivot foot, like a baseline drop step, a middle drop step. So I'm a right-hander right now. Now I'm using my right foot as my pivot foot. Or when we teach our post players to face up, we always teach them to open up to the middle of the floor, so they see the whole floor. So even though I'm a right-hander and on the perimeter my pivot foot's my left foot, here I'm using my right foot as my pivot foot. So even though we're teaching permanent pivot foot, I think our players would come out of our program and they would be really efficient both pivot feet, because our guards are going to work in the post, they're going to get rebounds. So in all aspects of the floor, they'll develop both feet. But I think the permanent pivot foot's just superior as far as one-on-one offensive moves. I think it's easy. And it's just a lot of moves. If you teach someone to jab this one, jab this way, cross over this way, both feet, that's a lot. There's just twice as many moves. Whereas we can cut that in half by having a permanent pivot foot.
And what about the situation where the pivot foot is defined by how you catch the ball and you have no choice?
Yeah, and then that's going to happen. And we try and get away with that by teaching the quick stop. So we feel like no matter how they can catch the ball, they can always land on both feet. So if they're facing the rim, they're facing away from the rim, they're in the post, they're on the outside, they can always catch the ball in 2 feet. Now they can always determine the left foot. But that's an ideal world. And it's going to be situations where the right foot is the pivot foot, and they're just going to have to figure it out. So I think working on that is going to help them in those situations. And if I was coaching youth, I would teach them both pivot feet, and then let them, as they get into 17, 18, now let them decide what they're going to go with and what they're most comfortable with. Because I think as kids, they need to know how to use both. Because there's so many situations in basketball where you do need to use both as a pivot foot. Cool. You all ready to go? Crossover, long set. Who's the loudest person in the gym right now? Shane. Yeah, Shane. Right. Well, we all need to be loud than Shane. Crossover, Crossover drive, all set. And then in this, you can teach pivoting, so just lifting the heel off the ground. So everybody stay low, work on your starts. Want to see if you guys got strong enough muscles. So on this, you know, lifting the heel as they pivot, and then using the arms as well. We teach a pull and a punch. So we want to pull this hand with a ball, pull and punch, and that's going to help us get around. Pull and punch. So you're teaching that footwork and the arm movement with it can make the pivoting better. Crossover drive, all set. Front turn, rear turn, crossover drive, all set. Rear turn. Everybody sit about 30 centimeters deeper. Front turn. Good, crossover drive, all set. Good, let's hit 4 lines, 4 line passing. Echo, yeah. 4 line passing. Good. We need all the basketballs in the 2 middle lines. If we've got extra basketballs, let's put them over the wall. This is just a drill, pass, talk. Big thing for us is just getting them to talk early in practice. Shay, I'm really impressed with how you talk. You're a good talker.
I like talking.
But like most players, do you like talking off the court?
Yeah.
It's like most players I've had, they like talking off the court, but you do both, you're a complete player. That's good. All right, so what we'll do now, we pass the ball to the outside line. Once the middle line, let's hit the first 4 come out. First 4. Once the middle line passes the outside, the 2 people in the middle are going to yell switch. When they yell switch, so let's pass the outside line. Yell switch, you're going to cross sides, and you're going to get the ball from the other person. You're going to pull the name up, pass it to the outside.
Do it.
Yeah, pass it back to the outside, then yell switch again. Every time you see the middle people, pass to the outside. Right, good, stop there. Now the other thing, and this will lead into another drill, and I'm just showing you this because it's different ideas. It's not because it's better than anything else, it's just what we do. We want the outside people, when you're waiting to pass, we want you to dribble with your inside hand. So when Shay, you're going this way, you're going to dribble with your inside hand. The reason why we do that is we'll get into a 2-on-1 situation later. We teach our players to dribble with the inside hand so that they can get into their pass quicker in a 2-on-1 situation. But you'll see how it fits into what we do a little bit later. So the outside line, rather than traveling or running with the ball, dribble the ball with your inside hand. When the middle people are ready, then pass it back. So why don't you come back to the start of the line. Since you guys got this, we're going to show ourselves now. And everyone else is going to follow. There we go. Lots of ball. Lots of ball. Switch. Good. Ball. Next three. There we go. Let's go around. Good. There we go. Talk to each other, dribble with the inside hand, slice up at the rim when we dribble. Slice up at the rim when we dribble. Good, next curve, here we go, here we go. Hey, we'll do this one more time. What's one thing we did really well? We communicated switch good. What's one thing we could get better at? Names. Names. What do you mean by control? Okay, so yeah, so let's be ready for a ball. Maybe something that can help as names. Before you pass it, you communicate that person. Do you all know each other's names? So that's good. But just talk through it, yell for the ball, communicate names, do some of those things. Good job. Good. Take that back. Good. Very good. basketball. So and then everyone in the middle needs a basketball too. And so why don't you go down that end? I did Terry down this end. Alright, this is going to be a 3-line passing drill. So Terry, you can just wait here. You'll be passing, not shooter, but you won't be getting them onto the gun back. So let's put our lines a little bit wider. So all good passing, just passing between each other. So you're going to pass out here, you're going to pass out in the middle, pass the shade all the way down the court. Once you get down to an operating area about, NBA 3-point range. So let's just see that. Let's get the ball down to the NBA 3-point range. Good, good, talk on the pass. Slide. Good, freeze right there. Once we get here, what are you saying as you catch the ball and looking at the rim? Yeah? Just, what do you want to look at first? The rim. Yeah, so the rim, rim post action. And now we're going to get into some screening. So all that's going to happen, you're going to go and set a screen. Before you set a screen, you want to cut away. Alright? If I'm defending you, if you cut this way, and I don't go with you, you're just going to cut from the basket. Alright? If you cut that way, defense goes, now you're going to go into a screen. So you're going to go and set it down the screen. With our screens, we want to set the screen ideally in a position where Shay can use all 4 cuts. So the 4 cuts is a backdoor cut. We call this a tight cut to the rim. A lot of people call that a curl cut, but we call that a tight cut. So that's 2. We've got backdoor, we've got tight cut. Next one's a curl cut. So coming off it, just curling it into the mid-range or curling to the 3-point line. And then the 4th one is a fade cut. So the defense goes full side, we're re-screening, and now we're fading out here. So Shay, you can do any one of those rings. Backdoor, tight, curl, fade. You can call them whatever you want to call them, whatever you're comfortable with. So with that screen, the reason I say this is we want to set the screen in a position where we can make all 4 rings. So we don't want to set it too far in, because now we can't use the backdoor cut. Yeah, we can do the fade cut, but we can't do the backdoor cut, and it's hard to tight or curl up. We don't want to set it too wide, because now we can't fade with this. There's no room to fade. So we kind of want in the middle area, kind of midway between the lane. Is this called the lane? The lane and the 3-point line, so we can do all 4 cuts. The person with the ball needs to get the ball in a position where they can pass the all 4 cuts. So let's go and set the screen. We want to set the screen back to the ball, set it up. So right now, you're probably in a good position to feed to the tight or the girl or the back door, but if she fades, that's a long pass to make. So we run a motion offense. So in a motion offense, you want to take the ball to the action. So let's say, Shay, you fade off it, come off that fade. Now dribble the ball to the action, boom, now we get that. So in any motion offense, we want to take the ball to the action, so feel free to use the dribble to do that. Okay, so if we pass to the shooter, what are you going to do if she fades on it? Where's the open space? Yeah, so you cut, you're going to get the ball from tip. So the player's going to pass to the cutter, who's going to shoot it, and then the coach is going to pass it to the screener, who's coming off the screen. So 1, 2, 3, set it back up again. Down this end. This Any questions so far? Anyone can come off the screen, you can do any cut you want. Good. Good job. Nice. Good. Next 3. Here we go. Very good. Very good. Now, the way we can make it better is we can talk a little bit. Hey, all right, pass here. Downstream, visual, verbal, call a name, have this, set the screen. Now, as we come over, we can talk the screen as well. We can talk the cut. That would really help us. We have a good tight cut. That's why we came off and did a good tight cut. Whenever we have a tight cut or a cut to the rim, we want the screener to come back to the ball. So we want the screener here, kind of cuts to the rim, and we want to come back to the ball. So we've got good spacing between the cutter and the screen. That's a good group. Cool. Let's have the next group. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Good. Good. Way to pop back to the ball. That's an excellent screen. Good job. First group, come back. Terry's actually passing the screen. Good. Good. Ball. Ball to the ball. Good. Way to pop back to the ball. Good job. Next group. Ball to the ball. Good. Good post action. Look at the rim. Look at the rim. Good. Good. Next group. Great, good job. Good job. Hey, coaches, any questions on that? Or any comments? So just the way that you could start breaking down screening and getting them, you know, doing that's kind of instead of doing a three-man wave. There's that you're getting a little more game relevance. They catch the ball, they've got to recognize when they get into the scoring area, when to quick stop, when to look at the rim, when to start getting into screening. You could probably add some defense to it. So the cutter is starting to recognize the defense and start making reads. And just tidy up screening, but doing it in more of a full court situation where the timing and spacing and different things like that rather than just doing it in the half court. Cool, all right, next thing, just gonna kind of show how we teach passing the ball to the post. So why don't we need four players, and it doesn't matter if you're a post or a guard because everybody's gonna do every part of this drill. We need one player with the ball up here. They're gonna be in line with the line extended. We call that the slot position. Then the second player is gonna be at the wing. The wing position is gonna be foul line extended. And then we're gonna have two players in the post, an offensive player and a defensive player. We call this our post passing progression. So you're not going to get props yet. So with this, the first option is to dribble down. So this is just the first step in our progression. So we're going to have the defender play on the high side. A post play, you're going to work hard on getting a baseline angle. And we talked about motion, the ball goes to the action rather than the action goes to the ball. So you've just got to make the action happen. So you don't need to worry about where the ball is. You just read the defense there. Now show us a baseline angle. Kind of seal him on the baseline side. Go leg whip him. The higher you get him, the better angle you're going to get. So if you can start moving him back with your feet. And we teach an H position in the post. We make an H shape with your feet and your hands like that. The reason why we do that is just so that they're not holding and hooking and doing a lot of those different things, not getting held down. We work a lot on our players sealing with their lower body, making lower body contact. And you kind of did anyone watch the game today? I guess some of you have to work.
At work.
I mean, some of those players would be a lot better if they sealed with their lower body. You know, David West, who's the guy from the Grizzlies? Zach Randolph. I mean, Zach Randolph, he can't do anything against Duncan because he's sealing with his arms, and Duncan's so smart that he's swimming and holding him down. He's not getting the same post angle. So that's why we teach H position, everything's lower body contact. So show us that baseline angle again. Good. And if you want the ball to come to the action, you need to tell the ball. You need to tell the ball baseline. So we just yell out baseline. Just as loud as you can, and you've got to demand the ball. If you're not demanding the ball, we'll tell you guys not to pass the ball. But if you're doing your job, demanding the ball, yelling baseline, they're not going to get you the ball. You're going to work and get that baseline angle. You're going to try and move them up the lane. And then you perimeter people, we're going to do a dribble loop. So we're going to have the person with the ball here dribble to the wing. You're just going to look to the elbow here, look to the ball. Boom, come up. And now we're going to make a baseline. And when we feed the post, it's 4 targets. So show us that H position. Let's just face the coaches so we can show this. So show us that H. So there's 4. There's elbow here, knee here, and knee here. Another 4 post-passing targets. So when you get that baseline angle, show us that baseline angle again. So now we're going to feed the ball to the baseline side, either the knee, which will be a bounce pass, or the baseline elbow, which will be an air pass. And when we lead the ball, we don't want to lead it towards the baseline, we want to lead it to the rim. he's got great close position right now. If that pass goes to the baseline, he has to catch it here. Now we've got bad close position. Whereas if we lead this pass, either an air pass or a bounce pass towards the rim, now he can go towards the rim, catch it at the rim, and score it safely without even making a post move. And that's what we're trying to do. Scoring the ball inside is trying to score without making a post move. So let's lead it to the rim, demand the ball. Go, let's do it one more time. What's the one thing we're missing there? Yeah, exactly. If he doesn't yell, that's the pass. There you go. Good. Let's do it one more time. Hey, what's your name here? Yeah. Will. Yeah, Will. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Now with the ball, now you're just reaching out a little bit like that. And as you reach out, now he's going to step around. So you try and get your arms back and hold your seal until the ball comes to you, and then go and release it. You're doing great. Good job, Will. Go. Okay, let's go again. Hold the seal. Move up the leg. Good. Let's go one more time. All right. Fran, you're doing a good job. Now, where the last two passes go? He's not there. So he's probably getting angry because you pass him to where he is. So you try and hit that baseline angle, but try and get it so it leads it to the rim. So he's not catching it here. He's actually going to catch it here, and now he can go straight up. Here we go. Baseline. Go again. Now I put that one on Will. All right, that was a good pass. But Will release the seal. Hold the seal a little bit longer, Will. There you go. Wait, hold the seal. Very good. So this is just a dribble down. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is when the defense fronts us. So let's start the ball at the top. Let's dribble loop again. We'll get a baseline angle. Work on getting a baseline angle still. So we're working good. Now just freeze there. Good job. So always try to get a baseline angle. Now, hold that baseline angle. Now if we see them working, we can't get the ball right now because he's fully in front. So actually, show more baseline. Show. There you go. But now he's working to get it front. We want a half circle. So the half circle, I'll show you the footwork right. So I'm working baseline. He works to get in front. I just want a half circle where I shuffle like that. Now we're going to be up top. Boom. Boom. Now we call that a top down. So you're just going to half circle it. Keep your feet moving. Hold your seal. Hold your seal until the ball passes your head. And then once the ball passes your head, you go up. Go and catch it. Alright, let's see how that goes. Dribble loop. Up. Good. Yeah. It's not that bad. Made the right read, right? You got it here, you saw the baseline angle. What could you do to make it easier? Exactly. The ball's going to go for the action. So if you yell baseline, they're going to get the ball to the way. If you yell top, they're going to get the ball back to the top. So you've got to see whether the defense is getting around the front. If that's right here, start half circling. Your chest is going to start facing the rim, and then it's going to start facing the ball at the top. And you're just going to yell at the top. You turn to people, you wait until he tells you what to do. Just keep the ball at the wing until he yells top, and then get it to the top, and then we can go from there. All right, go. Good. Let's do it one more time. Any questions on this so far? Right now, it's the thing that I think will help you a little bit. You're predetermining that it's going to be a top down. So what I want you to do is you just wait here. Now as the ball comes to the way, lean hard. That's your first thing. You want to get the baseline angle and get this. Now once you get this body position, he starts fighting in front. So you don't fight there. And you fight in front. Now as he fights in front, that's when you half circle and that's when you go up. Go on. Okay. Coaches, you see what happened there? Okay, lost contact with the defense. And then that's when the defense got a hand up. The emphasis for post players, or not rather than post players, I like interior players. Because in our system, everyone posts up. Every guard, everybody posts up at some point. And then every post player plays on the perimeter, shoots the three, and does that, all of that. So this is not just a post player drill, this is an interior drill when someone might cut off a screen tight count, now they're going to post up for a couple of seconds. The emphasis for interior players is get more of the defense. Every movement that interior player makes needs to be to get more of the defense. So Will, that last time you stepped away from the defense. This position here, every movement that you make, I want you to get more of the defense. I want you to get a greater piece of the defense with every footwork you make, every step that you make.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Cool, let's go. Here we go. Let's go again. You're doing fine. This is footwork. It's footwork right here. So you're here, you've got baseline. He's stepping over.
Yep.
And now you're drop stepping like that, and you're losing contact. So the only way you can get more of the defense is as he steps over, start stepping over. It's half circle. If you half circle, you'll keep contact the whole time you keep yourself. Let's go again. Half circle, up. Good. Go one more time. Did you feel it? Yeah. Go again. You got it. And a drill, like, work on this half circle. As well. You just come here. We'll make you an example where you don't really do it right. I just want you to get an 8 position. You're just going to slide around the circle like this. Right around, all right? Let's see that. Arms up. Good. Good. Smaller steps. Small quick steps. Small quick steps. Stay low. Stay low. So just a way to break down the footwork of the half circle, getting more of the defense with every step that we make. All right, let's go again. That's better. A lot better. Good. Let's go one more time. That's a lot better. Good job. Good. Very good. Very good. Well, Will's footwork's really improved. That last time he had his right hand down, so good post defender's just going to step over and swerve and get in front. But Will, your footwork was excellent there. If you could just keep both hands up, that would be really good. So that's the second sequence. We've got the dribble down. That's called the top down pass. And then the third part of our post passing regression will be the back hand. So we're going to dribble loop here. This one we don't need. Oh yeah, we still have post defenders up here. Now we're just going to pass the ball to the top. You're going to communicate back pin. And back pin for us is stepping out and sitting in back strength. So you're going to sprint and find the perimeter players at the end. Come out, sit back string, press up, set the string. Let's sit the back string with your back to the rim. Good. Now you've got a lot of different reads on this, right? You can set the defense up. What we like to do, if you V-cut anyway and the defense comes top side, so if they come this side, just come back here a little bit. If they go top side, you're always going to fade to the corner. So it's going to be, so if you hear the defense goes top side, then you're going to re-screen, boom, we're always going to fade this. So on a back screen, we're trying to cut away from the defense with every screen that we set. Cut away from the defense. Wherever the defense is, we're working on cutting away. So if they go ball side, we're always going to fade to the corner, we're going to re-screen. If they come off this and you set the back screen, boom, V cut off that, boom, now you just got to use it. You're going to come off. So we only fade to the corner if we go ball side. You mean you're going to cut to the rim. So why don't you just cut to the rim? So we've got the back screen part. Yeah. So let's go to the back screen. Let's go to the back screen part. Good, V cut, come off the back screen, cut to the rim. Good, now the back pin. Now we're going to set the pin down. So Fran, you're just going to stand at the rim. We're going to set the pin down, then you're going to come off the pin down. So you're just going to set the screen. Fran, you're going to come off it. Boom, push play, you're going to get a post angle, baseline, middle, and then we're going to look at feeding the ball. Alright, so let's just see that with the dribble loop. Dribble loop, good, up to the top, back pin, come off that, good, pin down, good, excellent. So a different way that we can get a two-man game with our two best players. Our best perimeter player, our best post player, and now you can do a lot of different stuff with that. You come down and set a ball screen, you can just see the post, do different things like that. On the pin down screen, come and set the back screen. Come off that, cut to the rim. Good, now I'm going to set the pin down. On a pin down, we're setting the screen for a shooter. So this player's a shooter. We want to set this pin down screen a little higher and wider. So we probably want to set it right up here. So you just show us that. So Shay, why do you think we want to set the screen higher and wider for for a shooter coming over.
If you get a quick release though, how do you defend the screen now? Because if you're that close, if the defense hinges, then the shot's not going to be there, but just a quick release shot.
Short, quick release. And our thinking with that is if it's a shooter and they go ball side, now we've got a lot of room where we can fade to the corner. So this screening position is really good as far as opening up a curl cut, or a straight cut, or a fade cut. Whereas if we sit the screen down here for a shooter, so let's come and sit the screen down here. Right, I'm chasing. But a good defensive team, any screen at least below the block or maybe this next hash, because there's no room to fade in, hey, I'm chasing, but boom, I'm just going to go like that because there's no room to fade. So that's why on a pin down screen, for a shooter, we want to set it higher and wider so that there's room to fade it. If it's a driver, if it's someone that's really good at curling off a screen, we're going to set it lower and flat. So this is a driver now. So you've got to get quite low and flat, back, more like that. Boom, now we can curl and tight cut off it. Let's tight cut. So tight cut to the rim. Boom, now there's more room for a driver or a slasher to tight cut because the screen is happening flatter and there's more room in the middle. So we can tight cut off that. Good, now the screen can pop to the corner. So we've got that kind of action. So depending on whether we're setting a screen for a shooter or a driver, will determine a little bit where we're trying to have the screen at. So, any questions on that? Let's just see the back pin a couple of times. So dribble loop, pop, make any read you want of it. Good. Good, let's go again. This time let's have a different read. Let's talk on it a little bit. Let's talk our cut. Post plays, communicate the screen, communicate the back screen. Good, communicate the pin down. Good, communicate your post angle. Good, pop off it. Good. Good, go again. Let's have a different read. Good, fade. Good, dive. Good, hit one. Good. That's a beautiful action. It just happened a little quick. Let's see that though. Let's get the ball at the top. That was a great fade. So fade to the corner. Will, you come and sit that screen. So you sit that back screen. Well, actually, you sit the back screen first, Will. So come out to the wing. Here you go. Because let's say, Will's defender's right here right now. So we pass the ball to Frank. Well, you dive. Well, wide open left. So that's excellent. Good. That's our post-passing progression. And we'll do that every practice, at least for 3 minutes. 1 minute on the dribble down, 1 minute on the top down, 1 minute on the back pin. Just working on post players getting angles or interior players getting angles. Everyone will rotate one spot, so everybody will have a chance in the post. In the post area, everyone will have a chance in the perimeter. Because we like our players all to be able to pass into the post, all to be able to post up, all to be able to play on every part of the floor. And part of that is we've got a 30-second shot clock. So we've got a little bit longer, so motion offense is a little bit easier to get to. We're now off 24, it kind of scares me. I've never coached with a 24-second shot clock. So what offense do you run with the long
It
catch?
used to be you'd never get a team runner 30 seconds, and now you never get a shot off 24. So
Maybe we need 27. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's do. Are you guys warming up in the baseline? So let's do a little bit of a transition drill. You can kind of start getting warmer as you go. Tim, do you mind being the coach? So you come by, you grab the ball. You're going to be shooting the ball from the top. Have we got 2 teams or got red and white? Cool. So let's have the red team's going to be on offense. So let's have 1 red at the wing, at the left wing, 1 red at the right wing, and then let's have 3 whites come out and match up with each of the reds, and then one of the whites are going to match up with him at the top here. So he's white. What's that? Yeah. Let's have 1 more white. Awesome. All right, so Tim's going to be shooting it. So when the shot goes up, two red players are going to be trying to get the offensive rebound, trying to get out of the blockout. White team is going to be blocking out. So the way that we teach blockout is block out and then pursue. So we just want to check, we want to hit, and then we want to go and pursue the basketball wherever it is and go and get the rebound. And then we're going into a 3-on-2. Red, if you get the rebound, you try to score it. So red team, if you get an offensive rebound, just try to score it down here. White team, if you get the defensive rebound, then you're going to go 3-on-2 against these two red players. So and we're going to make a rule. Whoever's defending the coach at the top here is going to be the point guard. So we can kind of designate who's going to be the point guard. And then you're just going to go 3-on-2 down here. After 3-on-2, the red, you're going to do 2-on-1 coming back. White team, you've got to send one of your defensive players back. And the way that we're going to do it from white team is whoever shoots it or whoever turns the ball over is going to be the white defender coming back. So it'll be block out, 3-on-2, back into 2-on-1. You all have any questions? Cool, here we go. Yeah, 2-on-1 coming back. Alright, so let's just break this down so we can see what we're looking for. Let's have the three red offensive players come back against the two white offensive players. Let's have three whites against the two reds. Yeah. So anytime in a 3-on-2, we want to have the ball in the middle. So let's put the point down. Yeah, that's great. In a 3-on-2, we want to attack the best shooter's side. So first of all, the person with the ball in the middle, your job is to try and beat this first defender. If you can beat this first defender, then you make it a 2-on-1. So let's look at this. So who's the best shooter right here? You guys got to find out. Well, it's probably him. You're going to have to raise your hand if you're the best shooter. Is he the best shooter? Might have to have a shootout. So you're the best shooter, so let's get outside the 3-point line. So you're going to attack the best shooter's side. So you're going to try and get past the defender. Well, now the second best shooter, you're going to cut to the rim. So if you can attack, draw a second defender, well, now you've got a layup. If they cover all of that, now you've got your best shooter that you can kick out. We probably prefer you just to drift to the corner so you can stay in front of the passer's vision. So let's see that. Let's see that. Let's attack the best shooter side. So, and I know that you'd say, oh, transition and you're settling for a 3, but I think if you've got your best 3-point shooter, a wide open shot, you're not going to have a better offense than that. Then you've got them a wide open 3, or you've got your best driver, a slasher, a layup. So that's kind of what we do against 3-on-2. Against 2-on-1, let's have one white defender. We want you to be about where the new lane is, so the new fever lane. We want you to be both about as wide as the fever lane. And this is where we dribble the ball with our inside hand. So this kind of goes against what you can try and do, but we want to dribble the ball with the inside hand so that we can make a quicker pass when we make this decision. So this is driving lane, passing lane right now. So you're attacking the defender, if they pick you up, well, now you're going to drop it off with your inside hand, and then feed them for a lane. If they just get the ball back here, if the defender still goes towards the receiver and doesn't pick the ball up, then you're going to drive it, you're going to rip it over to the right side, well, then you're going to score a layup, or you can do it inside layup. So let's see 2-on-1. 2-on-1 wide, dribbling the ball with the inside hand, reading the driving lane, passing lane. Good, let's go one more time. Yeah. Just go in, just make a decision. Make sure that if you're going to go through, you're all the way through. Go one more time. Does everybody see how you can attack with the inside hand, you rip it over and score the layup? Yeah, let's go. I really like this just because now they're not passing the ball across the line. The ball's sitting there, they can quickly get it. I see a lot of turnovers when people are dribbling with the outside hand. Now they're bringing the ball across the body and it's getting tapped and that type of thing. Let's set the drill up again. Who's on defense this time?
What?
White's on defense. Three on offense, all right? All right, here we go. Top line. Here we go. Who was on defense last time?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's red on defense. All right, red on defense, white on offense. Okay, go right there. Good, good. Let's replay that. That's a good job, Red. What's your name? Jay, you did a really good job of attacking the best shooter and getting wide open. What you did is you got here, you had your teammate wide open for a lap. So as you drive, make sure you see the rim. If you see the rim, you're going to see him and you're going to see her at the same time. So let's start at the half court line. You did a great job of attacking the first two. Okay, let's go from there. Rebound, score it. Good. 2 on 1. Way to punch there. Good job. Next group out. Let's go. Straight into it. Let's go. Stan's ready. Here we go. Let's go. Here's it out. Are we ready? You're ready. There you go. Okay. There we go. Push it. Good job. Replay. 2 many passes. And if round 2, we're only going to make 1 pass. If you make 2 passes, then it's going to be a 3 on 3, maybe a 3 on 5. If you're playing with slow people that don't like running the ball. So Sapphire, we need you to make the first play. You did an excellent job of getting the out there and getting the ball to this position. The next thing that we need you to do is attack that first defender. So who's picked the ball up here? Who was? So we had your job. Who's the best shooter right now? So you want to attack this side. So you're going to get your shoulders past this edge right here and attack this side, and he's going to drift down so you can see that. All right. If this defender steps up, now you've got your teammate here, and you can drop it off. So you did a great job in the first part. Let's just add the second part. So let's start the ball at the half court line. Attack the best shooter. Get past the first line of defense. First pass. Good. Excellent. Good. Very good. Do it again. Sapphire does excellent. One more time. Sapphire. Where are their hands? Yeah. When they have their hands down, where is that in relationship like? Back here? Okay. So you use a bounce pass. You use a bounce pass and then watch out against it. Alright, let's go again. Do good. Good. Nice. Good job. Good. Ready to crash. Good. Go one. Good. Excellent. Very good. Any questions on that? What is the time, James?
15.
What would you like to? Is there anything in particular that you would like to see, or we can go over while we still have the court? I think we've still got another 15 or 20 minutes. So if there's anything in particular anyone wants to see or go over or talk about. Yep. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Good. Well, let's have red team. Red team, you come down here. Each with a basketball. Right. I'm going to kind of show a couple of different things. We'll have 2 groups going. So we've got our perimeter group. We're going to have interior group. This is going to be the perimeter group. Your interior group, we're going to get to you here in a minute. I'll show you here in a minute. This is our pullback progression. So with our pullback progression, we're all going to get somewhere on the court looking at the rim down there. First part of it, It's just going to be working on our starts. It's going to be, this is why I go to industry. So front, back, crossover, front, back, crossover. Eyes up. Just working on getting a rhythm and then get faster as we go. Now that's the first part of it. The next part of the progression is stepping. We're going to get back to the pullback dribble here eventually. Step in, eyes up. Our next part is now we're jumping on it. Jump out and pull it back. We want to pull it back just as much as we jump out. And the third part is the dribble V. So we're going to make a V, then pull back. Eyes up, crossover. 2 dribbles out, pull it back, cover as much ground, pull back as you can, crossover. So that's our pullback progression. So our guards will come in, work on that. Work. Getting quicker. So let's start the first part. Just front to back crossover. Front to back crossover. Let's see that. Go eyes up to the neck. Just get a rhythm and get faster as you go. A little bit of rhythm. Working on the crossover dribble. Cross the ball over with one of the knees. Doing one of the knees. Eyes up at the neck. Good. Now add a step. Let's pull it back. Crossover. Good. Eyes up. Crossover to one of these. Good. Now add a jump. Now you jump it out. Pulling it back as far as you can. Good. Now dribble it. Push the ball out. Pull it back. Good. Pull it back as much as you dribble it out. Good pull back. Good. Jet. How do you spell that?
J.
Oh, Jet. Jack, you've got a really good pullback dribble. Jack does a really good job of dribbling the ball out, and now his pullback, he's covering a lot of ground. So you're doing a great job with that, so continue that. And that's the key, because you take 2 blast up dribble as far as you can. Well, now we get trapped. Now you've got to pull back from the trap, ball down, crossover. So the more we can pull back out of that trap, the more space that we're going to have to get in that crossover. So you guys good with that? Have a little rest and then we'll get back into it. And then we'll have another group going down the other end. This is what we call a drop step post progression. So we will, the way we'll do this is we'll have a group of 2 on this row and then a group of 3 down that end. But the group of 3 you can just watch down this end first. So why don't we have you 2 come out? We just need 1 ball between the 2. You just stand under the rim. You're going to be the rebounder. First part of the drop step progression is the block area. So you're just going to spin the ball to yourself. You're going to quick stop, land on both feet, chin the ball. Whenever we catch it, we want to chin and check. Look opposite. We want to look at the dive person. In our offense, we always have the worst shooter dive to the rim. All right, so the worst shooter, wherever they're on the court, they're going to know in their huddle, hey, you're the dive person. You're the dive. You know, the worst shooter is one way of defining it, or maybe a more political. Hey, you're the best rebounder. So the best rebounder, the best driver, the best person, just dunking on people is going to dive. So in the post, we chin and check, we look at the dive person first. So you look at a dive, they might be open. Second thing you're going to look at is the opposite wing. Third thing you're going to look at is the opposite corner. And then the last thing you're going to look at, we call this the pro spot. It's just NBA lane extended. Is the FIBA lane the same side as the NBA lane? So it's the FIBA lane extended right here. And the reason why we get into these spots is we don't want anyone ball side. Like the Coach Meyer, we got this from Coach Meyer. He used to always leave the post and then cut to the corner. But he found it really difficult because the post players were looking opposite, that they couldn't see the full side defender. The full side defender would get in the strip. So that's why he shifted everything over to the weak side. So right now, if you look opposite, you can see the pro spot, you can see the diver, you can see the opposite wing, you can see the opposite corner. So everything's just on the one side of the court. So you'll chin and check, and then you're gonna drop step to the baseline, and then quick stop, and then finish roll out. So let's see that. Dribble the ball at your front. Good, go one more time. That's good. Now, watch where he dribbles the ball. That time when he dribbled it right in the middle of his feet. We want to dribble it just inside that lead foot. Dribble it just inside that lead foot. That way we get a bigger drop step. We get everything to the rim. Good, good. Let's go one more time. When you shin it, make sure the ball's right at your shin. Good, excellent. So we do this until he makes a clean layup. A clean layup is a layup that hits the backboard, goes through the rim, but doesn't hit the net. Once he makes a clean layup, then he goes to the next hash. He does the same thing. Once he makes a clean layup from here, goes to the next hash, and then the elbow. So it's really not that they're going to do a drop step layup from here necessarily again. If they can, then that's great. But working on extending the drop step. So here, chin and check, big drop step, big quick stop, and getting to the rim with that one drop step is extending them and putting them in a position where the game is going to become more comfortable than the practice. The way we'll do this is we're at the three-step transition. We really haven't done that yet. So you two are partners. So you're going to shoot the shot, you're going to rebound it until you make it. After you make the shot, you're going to allow your teammates to get the rebound, and you're going to sprint 3 steps. So you make the layup, sprint 3 steps, and then find the ball, and then yell out ball, and then you'll come to the back of the line. Your partner will do the same thing, and then you'll get his rebound. So let's just see that, see what that looks like. Good, chin and check. Good, good. 3-step transition. Boom, good. And then the next partner go. Let's have you 3 do the same thing at the smart hoop. And let's have this group work on here. Pull back progression. Here we go. Let's go hands deep. Set the shake. What's that? Let's spend about 30 seconds on each one. But you can progress to the next one and your own speed. So here we go. Hands deep. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Restart. Eyes up. Good. Here we go. First one up. Good. Let's get one last one. So everybody get a go. And it's a little bit slow now, but once players go, you just say pull back progression, drop step progression, echo yell, they're straight into it. You know, and if they're not, and within 5 seconds and you're doing something politically correct, and making them remember that they need to do things quicker. So that would be one thing, and then we'll just do different things each day. We have a wing progression for our permanent players working on all the different moves that they do from the wing. Post play is a big thing, is the step dribble pop move. So post play, you can spin the ball to yourself, chin and check, work on the baseline drop step. We want all of our moves going towards the middle, perimeter and inside, everything going towards the middle, because then that gives us a counter move to come back to the baseline. Unless the defense is overplaying to the middle, then we'll take the baseline. If the defense is square up with us, we'll always go to the middle first. Because we feel like if we drop step to the middle, so if we drop step to the middle, you can't defend me. You cut me off from the middle. The defense takes away the middle. Now I can come back to the base, and there's not. I think it's a less vulnerable position. The help defense can still get there, but now you're just going straight into your shot. Whereas if you go baseline, if you go to move this baseline and be square, coming back to the middle that way, there's a lot of congestion here because all of the help lines here. So we try and make our go-to move to the middle if the defense is square, and then our counter move to the baseline. And we go with like a step dribble hop is just step, dribble hop, and then into a push up. See, I've been working on my game the last 2 weeks. And then our counter move is double drop step. So here, boom, he cuts that off, boom, double drop, and then we go here. The third counter would just be a step through. We go step dribble hop, boom, step through. Now we're into a shot. And you know, if we get stuck getting pushed off the block, then we'll go into our face up move, just catch and shoot, shot fake, rip it through, drive. So it's very basic, very, very basic. But our best post move, our best move in the interior is one without a move. Get a baseline angle, a middle angle, topped out, we can pass it, we can catch it, we can score without making a move. If our players do a good job at sealing, then we don't need to do any moves. We can just catch the ball safely and score it simply. Do you want to see the wing progression? Would that be helpful? Just kind of see what we do. So we'll just have one player do it. Who wants to be the lucky one? The best shooter in the gym. He'd be the lucky one. Let's see. But he wasn't the self-proclaimed best shooter. His teammates got it. This is something that we can do with a coach or our players can do in their own time. So if they do it in their own time, they're just going to spin the ball to themselves. With a coach, the coach is just going to pass it. Every time you catch it, it's going to be where post action. So everything's going to be a catch and a win. I'm just going to tell you the way you're going to score. You keep going as you score. So if you miss a shot, you get your own rebound. Don't let it hit the ground. Put the ball in the hoop. After it goes through the hoop, get it out of the net before it hits the ground. Pass the ball back to me, and then sprint to the opposite way. And then I'll pass the ball to you. You'll do the same thing that way. Get it back to me, and you'll be back in the same position, and then we'll go into that second sprint. You see pretty tough. What sort are you doing?
Scenarios.
You got this. It's easy. Baseline right leg.
Reverse action.
Good. Finish it. Good. Out. Sprint. Good. Talk your game. Good. You're deep in one dribble. Out there. Good. Right way. Good. Everyone's dribble. Good. Stand up. Good. Good. Out there. Sprint. Good. Good. Out there. Good. Baseline pull.
Reverse action.
Good. Pull. Good. Forward. Put it in. Finish it. Good. Out there.
Reverse action.
Just bring it out from the side again. You do okay. It's something that we encourage our players is that time his footwork's been great. They're great according to us, the way that we want to do it. Not that that's any better than any other footwork, but the thing that we want our players to be able to do is that crossover drive is go into it off a straight stop. We've talked about the quick stop. Any catch and shoot situation, we're going to teach the quick stop. Any situation off the dribble, we teach the straight stop. And the reason why we do that is off the catch, I can get my feet ready while the ball's in the air. So I'm ready to shoot it. But if I use the jump stop or the quick stop off the dribble, that takes longer to get into a shot than the straight stop. So anything off the dribble, we do a straight stop. So do the crossover step, you're going to feel like you're not covering as much ground. But if you get the first step right, you don't need to cover a lot of ground. If you attack the high hand, shoulder to hip, make contact with me this time. Yeah. If he makes contact with me like that, he doesn't need to get any more open. You just go into your shot. The only way I can get to a shot right now is by fouling. So that's where I think doing both ways is good. If the player can drive and score off the jump stop or the quick stop, and they can drive and score off the stride stop, I think then you've got a complete plan because then they can score off the two different ways. So let's just see, let's try and do it off the stride stop. Just see how it feels. Doing great. Go, okay, got it. Nice, good, good, good. Finish it. Good, not bad. Good. Good, we got a baseline. Yeah. Alright, baseline, step back. Baseline, step back. Good, good job. Good, not bad. The second shot's just as important as the first shot. You might win the game off the first shot, but most of the time you're probably going to win the game off the second shot, the extra effort. So just focus on the next touch. You miss it, no big deal. You'll make the next one, go and get the rebound, put it up. Good. Good. Take it up. That way. Good job. Middle set that. Good, out there. Doing good. Keep your left foot as you come up. And on the catch, once you catch it, real post action. If you just catch it and go, and then the defense will cut you to the spot. If you real post action, now you see everything, you can make the best decision. Good. Dwayne Wade, go for a triple. And one of the last plays of the game in the NBA, they called a triple. But it's a little bit tough this way for a step back because there's a lot of footwork, so a lot of plays now. I'm not a big fan of it, but I think something to do it. Go on that way and do that drag thing. Drag that way, pull. Yeah, pull, and then back out. So that would be okay. Next one is the fake step back. So everything's the same except it's a fake step back. So you drive it, boom, you fake the step back, then you explode out, and then finish at the rim. And to make these drills even better would be to have somebody under the rim with a pad, or just someone under the rim just hitting them as they come in for their layup. And that's something I think the players that come over from New Zealand and Australia, a lot of the times they're more skilled than the United States players. They're better passers, they're better shooters, they understand the game better, because I think there's more teaching that goes on in New Zealand and Australia, but the US kids, the thing that they're really good at is competing, because they've been pushed hard, they've got so much competition, and handling contact. They're very good at driving in the lane, taking a bump, and continue to rim for a layup. So they're very good at going at the rim, taking contact and finishing. So I would encourage any time working with a player is have a coach with somebody under the rim, even if it's a player, just hitting them as they come in for their layups. So the player's getting better at finishing. We prefer all of our players to do two-footed layups, come in here and two-footed, and that's partly because of how the game's officiated in the United States. They let a lot of body fouls go. They call a lot of hand shaking, but any body in the lane, they let it go. So I think it's in some ways more physical when players drive. So we encourage our players to do two-footed layups, and then from that build on the different kinds of layups, like the Tony Parker layup or the what's it called, the Euro step, and different things like that I think players are doing on their own, but maybe they're using as their go-to shots. Whereas if they did power layups, jumped off 2 feet, then they could add the different step throughs and different things. That would be my opinion anyway. So we're going to do the baseline, fake step back, finish for a layup or 2. Good. Way to go into contact. Good job. Good. Middle fake step back. Really solid fake step back. Solid fake step back. Good. Good job out there. Make the layup clean this time. Make it clean. Do that again. and then explode from the river. Good. Good job. Alex. Good. And then the last one we do is just a jab and through. Jab, through. Good. Good short jab. He does a really good job of making a short jab. That's great. Good. Then we'll finish it with 4 free throws, and it's a game that we played at 32. Every shot's just worth the same as a game. 3-point shots worth 3, 2-point shots worth 2. Layups are only worth 1, and layups are only counted if the player makes them clean. So they shoot it off the backboard, it comes through the rim, and it doesn't hit the rim, it just comes through the net, and it's a clean layup. So the 1 point for a clean layup, and then each of the free throws are worth 1 point. If they have a perfect score, then they'll score 32. So they can compete against themselves. And if we were doing this in practice, we would have either a player watching as a defender on the perimeter, so just a dummy defender on the perimeter. So if he's going middle drive, we'll have this hand up, so he's attacking the high hand. If he's going baseline drive, we'll have that hand up, so the players are getting better at recognizing the defense, knowing which high foot they're attacking. And then we'll have a second coach or player under the rim with a pad, just hitting them, so they're getting better at handling contact. I think it's really important to have somebody out here if you can, because their footwork can get a bit sloppy otherwise. Whereas if there's somebody out here, and you've got to keep your shoulder on my head. So you stand, every time he's got a way of gauging whether his shoulder is getting on my head, and it's making him a better player rather than just giving him some footworks and then he gets to a game and there's not that contact and he's not putting the defender into jail. You did a good job. I didn't have to, I just verbally said what we're doing and he did it. That was really good. Let's see what we had. It's pretty simple. We do a lot of 2-ball dribbling, stationary 2-ball dribbling, do a lot of dribble juggle, 1 basketball, tennis ball, working on dribbling, throwing the ball up, throw the tennis ball up, let it bounce on the ground, and then pick it up before it gets to the knee. Stuff so you've probably seen before. If you throw a tennis ball up, cross it over a few times and catch with a tennis ball. Working on having eyes up, but it's not rocket science. If basketball players, if they get low, they're in a stance on offense and defense, they have good vision, and they can handle the ball with both hands, they're probably going to be excellent players. So that's all we're trying to do, is try and get our players' fundamentals to a higher level. There'll be a lot more programs in the United States that have far more complicated systems as far as the defenses and offenses. We try and keep it very simple. Just try and allow our players to play, improve their skill level, improve their passing ability. And the big thing that we don't have just yet, but we're working on recruiting these types of players and improving the players that we already have, is having multi-dimensional players. The game is so much easier if you can have tall people shooting threes, you can have little people posting up inside. I think that's the future of the game. Basketball, I don't really know if there's basketball positions anymore. I think there's the point guard position from what I've seen, but everyone else is just basketball players, and everybody's got to be able to catch and shoot the three, everybody's got to post up, everyone's got to be able to pass with both hands. And I think the perfect example of that right now is the San Antonio Spurs. They can do, they've got their so-called post players are the ones, the D-Up and all of them, they're the ones making the passes, they're the ones doing a lot of the perimeter stuff, and then they've got Manu Ginobili and a lot of their wings can score inside. So I think if you can develop players that can do everything and go away from positions and focus more on them as basketball players, I think they'll have the best chance of being successful not only here but also internationally. Anything else? Any questions? I know you've got a few.
No, I've asked to. But no, you've got a chance to talk to a really brilliant student.
Yeah, that's the, like, if I can have my 2 cents a little bit, like, I think one thing in the States I've noticed is people go and seek out information, and partly it's because there's pathways. Hey, I could be a high school coach, I could be a college coach, and then I could do this. But another part of it is just stepping out of the comfort zone and just going and approaching someone. I know there's so many knowledgeable coaches here in Christchurch, and some of them are not even coaching right now. I know Pete McAllister's one. He's extremely knowledgeable. He's not coaching and a very good coach. And I think all the coaches I know here in Canterbury, if you went and seeked out information, they'd be very willing to share it. And I think it's just building that system where coaches feel like they're supporting each other and that we've got each other's backs and we're sharing knowledge with each other rather than closed circles. It is something that's really strong in the United States, is coaches helping each other. And I don't know why it is that way. I think partly over there they understand the suffering a coach goes through. We've all lost games, we've all had players that don't do what we say, we've all had parents complain, we've been through it all. So just understanding that fellow coach has been through all the same crap that you've been through. And so then you're like, hey, I want to help them out, just because you're kind of on the same level, that type of thing. But I think there's great coaches here. The coaching over there is not any better. There's more competition. That's the only thing that's better over there. And that's because of depth, and maybe there's things that we could do in New Zealand to increase that competition, not from player competition, but from coaches and expectations. But that's the only, I think the teaching of the game is at a high level here. It's just, there's more competition and probably higher intensity.
Can I just make one observation?
Yes.
What I would love to see, and I'm in the middle of changing how I coach. I've come to a decision, especially over the past 2 years. Spend more time coaching offense than defense. Spend more time coaching offense than defense. Why? Because it's so much harder to learn offense and it's so much harder to teach it. So you have to spend more time doing it. I think over the years I've done my players a grave disservice by regarding myself as a defensive coach. Every team I coach will always be hard to score against. But you don't learn how to win games. And in the final analysis, your defense will improve if you're playing against great offensive players. That will come along and you can make big changes in defense really quickly. Offense takes years and years and years. So one question I've been asking every coach I talk to lately, and I'll ask the same, what time in a practice do you devote to offense and what time do you devote to defense? I mean, I've made my position pretty clear now, so maybe I should have asked first of all.
No, that's a good question. It's a hard question because I'm still probably in my development as a coach, being a young coach. This is only my second year in the States as a head coach. I'm still kind of in that defensive mindset of, hey, we're a defensive team. So in my mind as a coach, I feel like I have to spend more time on defense to impart that philosophy to our players. But I agree with you. I don't think that is the case. I think you can be a great defensive team. I think you have to spend more time on offense. It is so much more complex. And I think as far as the development of players too, like as a college recruiter, if someone's got good offensive skill, but their defensive skill is not where it needs to be for our level, I have more confidence that I can teach them the defense at that stage than the offense. If they don't have the offense by the time they're 18, it's just so many movements. And so yeah, a lot of our drills we try and work on both at the same time, but one coach is looking at the offense, one coach is looking at the defense. That's what we try to do, but you're always working on one more than the other.
Yeah.
So I'd say probably 60%, 40%, 70%, 30%.
Which way?
60, 70% offense, 30 or 40% defense, but probably going more towards working more on offense. Because at the end of the day, defense, if you stay in front of the ball, you're going to do a pretty good job. I mean, that's the thing that we probably work a lot on, is just our on-ball defenders staying in front of the ball and pressuring. And then now a lot of that other stuff is not needed. If our on-the-ball defense is good and we're not reaching, we're staying in front, we're closing out, doing all of that stuff. Yeah, I'd agree with you. And I'm probably not quite where you're at, but that's where I need to get.
I mean, I'm just interested.
Yeah.
It's another professional practice.
Yeah. No, I think definitely focusing on the offensive side of it.
Not to the detriment of defense, but it is so much harder to learn, it's so much harder to teach.
Yeah.
And usually you've got to spend more time on those things.
Right, and then if your offense is better, then your defense is naturally going to get better. Yeah.
Mind you, if you want to get 20 points closer to the team you're playing next week, the quickest way to do it within the time is improve the defense. And that's what we all do, and that's what New Zealand has done for years with its national teams. Gone away, with this mantra that we will you might beat us, but you'll know you've been in a game
Yeah.
instead of how we're going to beat you.
Yeah.
You know, and
Put in a zone trap that they've never seen. And it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
cause
yeah, those sort of
these
little
spike
specialty
turnovers.
items.
Yeah. Yeah. What other questions or comments or players? Do you have anything? Well, the players did a great job. So let's give all the players a hand. James and Terry, thank you very much for organising this. I'd be more than happy to do something like this every time I come back, because it's good for me to give back, but also I pick stuff up from all of you as well. And I need to put in a 1-2-2 half-court trap next year, so I need to be hanging out with this guy right here. But I appreciate you all coming along, and if there's ever anything I can do, I'm just an email or a phone call away. Would be more than happy to help you with anything. And all of this stuff I showed was just how we do it. It's not superior than anything else. What it comes down to is how well do you emphasize it and how well do your players execute it. I mean, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. There's not one footwork that's better than the other. But as long as the players are developing, they're getting better, and they're doing what you emphasize, then they're going to improve as basketball players.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.